Yo, what's poppin'? I'm Paris, and you're watching No Jumper in this bitch. Yo, I'm Paris. I'm from Redding, California. It's about 9 hours north. A small hillbilly town with the sticks. You know what I mean? As an achiever, definitely. I love school. Love sports. I love to just conquer goals and shit like that. I like The Cure, Sade, Ray Charles, Blink-182, Black Sabbath, like all that shit. I think it was through my sister, because I was like listening to My Chemical Romance and like Blink-182 and all that shit, and like just looking at them, and like in the morning before I go to school I'd watch like MTV music videos and like see these fools with like eyeliner and these pants and shit. I was like, yo, this shit is hard as fuck. So I'd go there and then I'd go to school and get clowned on like crazy. Like these kids are like, what the fuck are you wearing and all this shit. No, because only the guys said that shit. The girls were fucking with me, so I was like, yo, this is lit. Like, I don't give a fuck what a guy has to think, you know what I mean? I'm here for the ladies. I've always had a good relationship with girls. You know, I'm always here for them. If they gotta talk about anything, I'm here for you. Call me, DM me. I used to have a girlfriend for a long time, so I know what it's like to be in a committed relationship, but right now I'm single. I'm just kind of playing the field and getting to know people and testing the waters. Having fun. I used to smoke a lot of weed and but I always had good grades, like always had above a 3.5, but I never went to class. People would like write my papers for me and shit and like help me out in school, and then I would just ditch and smoke weed and like eat pizza. Yeah, I graduated like I got honor roll, and like I was on like the dean's list and shit. Yeah, I definitely did for a little bit, and then I realized that like that wasn't for me, so then I became a firefighter. You need certifications, you need to go through all this training, you gotta do all this stuff. It's a lot of work, but it pays really well. I was the youngest person who I worked with. I was working with a bunch of older people, and it was awesome, man. It was cool, like great experience, gave me good work ethic, and like just taught me about the value of a dollar and like how to like really appreciate something that you really work hard for. I did wildland firefighting, which is a lot different than being like on an engine, but I also was on an engine as well. And like a hotshot crew, if you guys know what that is, a hotshot crew is like the guys that like go out in the wildland forest and like it's like raging and ripping like hundreds of thousands of acres, and like you're out there just like fucking cutting down trees like a lumberjack and sweating, fucking getting smoke in your lungs, all that shit. Like I've seen people die, like I've like attended to people's broken bones. I've just seen some crazy stuff through it, but it just builds character, makes you appreciate life more. Like, I would go like I'd be a firefighter and work like crazy hours, and then immediately when I'd go home, like I would just be working on music right away, like and juggling, trying to be in a relationship. So like it was crazy. I was mad busy, just never had time to just like chill. I was just like get home and just make music and then go back to work, and like vice versa. And then finally I like just quit, like just decided to go cold turkey on the firefighting, and I came here and I lived on Melrose on a roof for a little bit and did this music shit. I started making music when I was like 18, and the music was like more like spoken word. Like I was listening to like a lot of like Nas and shit, so I was like more focused on lyrics and like producing beats. And it wasn't until like more recent that I started like probably like a year ago that I started like singing, because I never knew I could even sing. I never even tried, but I've always like I used to play the cello, and when I play the cello, like you learn all about music theory and like harmonies and like how to read music, and like it's always been really easy for me. So I would apply that to making beats, like when I make beats, and then I just I would help people out, and like as soon as I started figuring out my voice, I was like learning how to like stack harmonies and do all that shit. Kid Cudi, but I also like actual musical instruments like the cello, like orchestra, like Yo-Yo Ma. Like I love Sade's harmonies, like the way that she stacks her harmonies and just like the way her like melodic approaches to songs and shit like that. But I also like modern stuff too. But like The Cure, like all the old stuff is like what like really like drives me, like gives me my passion. If you guys know who Don Krez is, he hit me up on Twitter because he heard one of my songs, and he was like, yo, you're mad talented, you should like come here and like pursue your music. And I was like not really in it, it was more of a hobby. And then one day I was just like not happy like doing this firefighting shit, so I was like, fuck this, like I'm about to go just go all in and do this music shit. I came here in my car, and like I was living out of my car for a little bit, and then like I had like a whole studio set up with me, so like wherever I could set it up, I'd set it up. And then like that, like I have a song called Pulled Up, and like we set that shit up, and like we recorded that, and then like we would tear it down and then go sleep in my car, like on top of like having like hobos like you looking in your car, and like crazy motherfuckers that are drunk, like with all this expensive equipment and shit. So it was nutty. And then eventually I went back to Redding for a little bit, where I used to live, and I gave my car to my brother, and I came back here and I like staged my equipment at my homie's house, and I would just like record there when I could, and I didn't stay there. And then I was just homeless, like sleeping on a roof, stealing sandwiches from like 7-Eleven and shit, like from me and my friends, and like, yeah, just doing what I had to do to get this music going. When I started just like meeting more people and like actually exposing my music, because I didn't really have a lot of music out at all, and like right now I'm like sitting on like a shitload of music that no one has even heard. Like anything that's on my SoundCloud or like on Apple Music or Spotify, it sounds like nothing like what is about to come out. So I think it's when I started showing people that like are in this like industry, like the music that I had unreleased. I met Tyler through this one girl that I was hanging out with, and we just kind of linked up, and like we got super fucked up and like got tattoos. But I didn't end up getting a tattoo because I pushed out, because I don't have any tattoos. We ended up just getting super fucked up, like super drunk, and then we went back to his crib, and we were like on some weirdo shit. Like we were like smoking crickets with like Layla. It was me, him, and Layla. We were smoking crickets like out of this fucking pipe, and then like stabbing his cat. Like I don't know, we were on some weird shit. It was fun though. I would say it's definitely progressed. Like I'm working with a lot of people that like I grew up listening to. Like I remember me and Tyler, we went to this Linkin Park show at the Hollywood Bowl. We were sitting in the front row looking at like Blink 182 playing, and it's like now a couple months from now, like we're gonna be on tour with Post Malone playing that same show at the Hollywood Bowl. Like, and that shit happened like 2 months ago that we were there, and now like we're going on tour for 3 months with Post Malone, 21 Savage, and SOB, RBE, and yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like progressing so fast, just from getting the exposure and having people actually obtain like the content that I have. I think that's the difference. It's just people just haven't heard anything, you know? That's my real name. That's my birth name. My mom named me after the Cure album, Paris. Like how we're like all related, but we feel so like segregated and different, because I think that we can all like communicate, and like we all are like going through the same shit, just different. It's all like on some frequency shit, like energy shit, like, but we're all so similar. It's like we just need to communicate. I just want to be a voice for like people that don't have a voice, that to know that like, yo, no matter what you're going through, like we're all going through that shit, and like we can all go through it and kind of like vent and do this shit together, like through music, through media, through like anything like expressive. Kid Cudi, King Cruel, Lord, Lady Gaga, like people that are just really influential to me, that I like listen to every day. I also want like Fleet Foxes, like some indie bands, like just like people that are musical, that like really love this music and they want to create something new and aren't scared of like being in a box. I think the stuff that's out right now can be considered like a form of hip hop, but like the new stuff that I'm dropping a project on April 25th. It's called One Night in Paris, and it's a project that's going to show you like basically my genre and my sound, which is more alternative than I would say hip hop, but it definitely has like that hip hop influence and like those trap drums and shit. Like David Bowie, like Jimi Hendrix, like those, they're crazy. Marilyn Manson, Peter Steele, like like all the old legends, you know, Prince. Like those guys are just the goats. They're crazy. They're sex appeal, you know what I mean? They had all the feminine qualities, you know what I mean? But they were still out here just rounding up all the ladies and doing all that shit. It's like, I don't think you have to be defined by what you wear or like how you act or how you dress or anything like that. It's like, as long as you know who you are, it's all self-confidence and shit. Like, I just want to be free, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna wear a crop top, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wear the crop top, I'm gonna walk around and get the breeze, you know what I mean? And your girl's gonna come over here and paint my nails afterwards. So it's all good, you feel me? yeah, they're probably like, what the fuck is wrong with this fool? Like, what is this shit? But then it's like, if your music's undeniable and you have a good talent, there's nothing you can't do. Like, you have to respect it, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck with me because you fuck with the music, you know what I mean? And then like, you could have your opinions on how I look elsewhere, you know what I mean? I remember like wearing crazy shit to school and like looking in the mirror and being like, fuck, like, I know I'm about to get roasted right now, like, but I fucking like this shit, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, fuck it, all right, I'm going to school, fuck it. Like, and then just doing it, it's like, just kind of pushing myself, because I know it's like, this is like my birthright to be who I am, you feel me? So it's like, it's your birthright too. Be who the fuck you want to be. I could give a shit about money. I don't give a fuck. That's not gonna be there with me when I affect people that I love and care about. I'm in a fortunate position to be able to take care of my family, and that's really important to me and my friends. But I really just want to make music that's gonna be here for people, like the music that was there when I was younger, like when I would listen to something in it, because like sometimes you don't have someone to talk to and it's like all you have is a song, you know what I mean? I want to be that for someone or for a bunch of people, and I just want to make music that I love to do. It's all about the music for me. I love it. I want to thank fucking Tyler Grasso for fucking helping me out so much and taking me under his wing. Mr. Super Radical himself. Go to his fucking shop and buy 30 of them bitches, motherfuckers. I want to thank Geoff, my fucking right-hand man. He's awesome. I want to thank my friend Makai. I fucking love you, buddy. My little bro. I want to thank my family, my mom, my little brothers and sisters. I'm not gonna say the names because you guys are creepy on Instagram. You start fucking DMing them and trying to get pictures of me when I'm little and shit. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone that's ever helped me to get to the position I am. I want to shout out Redding. And if I'm forgetting anyone else, I still fuck with you, but I'm a little bit tipsy, so what's poppin'?